everybody, welcome back to the Godzilla 2021 Advent Calendar. My name is Matt, and today is day 25, aka the final episode of this whole thing. Right now, it is Christmas Day, and I hope you guys are having a blast with your families, maybe friends even. Maybe you're having like a nice dinner, opening up presents, maybe going somewhere for the holidays. But whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great time, and it's time that we have some fun. For day 25, as you guys probably saw by the title and thumbnail and the clip before this, we are taking a look at the Playmates Battle Roar Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. How ironic that the strangest figure I probably own is the one to be the final one. So, also how ironic that the first and last figures are Godzilla vs. Kong figures. Because the first one was the giant Kong from GVK, the 11-inch, and now we have the Battle Roar Godzilla from GVK. So, positives and negatives. The positives is that I like the molding, honestly. It's very shallow detail, but it still gets the job done really well. The translucent dorsal fins are a very good plus, in my opinion. Not to mention they're very rubberized, so kids won't be getting hurt by this thing anytime soon. The placement of the gums and the teeth, they're actually pretty good too. And the screw holes, while they are a negative to many, I personally don't mind them, as I've said several times already, that I've grown up with toys that had screw holes, so I'm used to toys having screw holes, even in the current day. The toe and claw paints are looking pretty good too. I feel like the claw paint could be more apparent and more better, in my opinion. But for negatives, well, I have a little bit of issues. For example, the posture is just odd. Like, he's looking straight up, but his tail's like curling in. Is he like trying to get ready to attack Kong, maybe? His claws are in a fixed position. His legs are like... I know this is a common thing with all Playmates Godzillas, but they're on a fixed position, so that limits what kind of posability you can get from these things. And, another thing that really sucks is the dry brushing and the dorsal fin shape. Because I already talked about this thing in my review of this guy, actually twice, when I pit this guy against the NECA V2 Godzilla from 2019, NECA. And the mold of this thing sucks, like the dorsal fins, but the material's pretty good. The dry brushing sucks because it's just caked on. It doesn't even look like true blue dry brushing. And the tail paint, it's very cool, honestly, but I really wish they could have painted this part. That kind of bugs me, even though it's like very small, smaller than the size of a pinky nail. It's still very noticeable when you look at it from the back. So, also, this thing is pointing straight up. So when you have this thing on the shelf, you're going to have all your Godzillas looking straight forward, but this one's going to look up. So, like, why did they make it look up? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the jaw gimmick. But, speaking of gimmicks, we have a few gimmicks. Well, I guess just one, but there's two versions of it. This guy can roar, as this name suggests, Battle Roar. See, you press this big button, which I've already complained about the button in my previous reviews. You open it, and then he does this. And then he does another roar like this. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like the volume on this thing. To me, it's actually fairly decent volume. But I think a bigger complaint I have with it is, I feel like there should have been lights. Like, come on, this thing is like, if there's big enough, you couldn't like put at least one little tiny bulb in there, maybe at the center that will light the whole thing up. That would have been cool, at least. So yeah, they could have put in a little bulb, I would say. I've heard many people say that the second roar, this roar, does not appear in the movie. It does when Godzilla is basing Kong in round 3, and then he flings into the building, charges at the building, and then gets his head stuck in the building and rams it out. And then he proceeds to slap Kong with his tail and then crawling on all fours. Right at that moment where he's crawling on all fours, he does that exact roar. It's a shortened version of it, but he does that roar. So it does appear in the movie, so I don't get why people are saying, oh, it's not Godzilla, it doesn't sound like it is Godzilla. So that's honestly really all I have to say about this guy. If you can find him for a good price, maybe like 15, 20 bucks I think he retails for, go right ahead. This thing is actually pretty cool, but at the same time he's also very odd. Yeah. So if you like strange Godzilla figures or whatnot, definitely pick him up. And not to mention he's from the new hot movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. So that's all I have to say for this video, and that pretty much wraps up the Godzilla 2020 Advent Calendar. I really do thank every single one of you that watched the whole series from start to finish. If you watched it on December 1st, or maybe you just found out about it midway, but then you watched it from day 1, 2, 3, 4 up to present, I really do commend you guys, and thank you guys for joining us on the Godzilla 2020 Advent Calendar. I'm Matthew signing off, and have a fantastic day. See you guys later.